ancient world was never quiet. Yet something moved through it without a whisper. Imagine a killer so perfectly silent that even the most alert dinosaurs never sensed it closing in. What kind of predator leaves no sound, no warning, no second chance? And how did a creature with no roar, no footsteps, no breath escape detection for millions of years? By the end of this story, you'll discover the truth behind the silent hunter that ruled the shadows, and why its existence still contradicts everything scientists thought they knew about prehistoric survival. Picture yourself deep inside a Jurassic forest. The air vibrates with noise, insects buzzing like electric wires, the rumble of distant herds shaking the ground, leaves quivering as small creatures dart through undergrowth. But not everything here plays by the rules. Somewhere among thick ferns and towering trunks, something watches. It is close enough to strike, close enough to kill, but the world gives you no hint, no snapped twig, no breath, no shifting leaves. Just an eerie calm settling over a place that should never be calm. A young dinosaur drinks from a shallow river. Its ears flick. It hears the splash of water against stones, the calls of birds overhead, the distant groans of creatures far away. But it doesn't hear the hunter behind it. Imagine a predator whose entire survival depended on being invisible to the senses, not by blending colors, not by hiding scent, but by erasing sound itself. Scientists studying the bones of this animal found unusual limb structures, joints shaped in ways that allowed extraordinary control over movement. Its legs didn't slam into the ground, they pressed into it. Its spine didn't twist with sudden force. It flowed. It moved as if every bone understood that noise was weakness. But this still doesn't explain the deeper mystery. How can something bigger than a human move quieter than falling dust? But this creature existed long before birds refined silence. Its quiet was older, more ancient, more deliberate. Let's go back to the forest. The young dinosaur lifts its head suddenly. Something feels wrong, but it doesn't know why. There's no sound to react to, no scent signaling danger. The air seems the same, and yet, a small instinct stirs, a flicker of survival that rarely activates without cause. But before it understands that feeling, a shape moves behind it. Fast, clean, silent. One strike, no warning, no escape. The prey collapses without a cry. The forest, unaware, continues its endless song. This was not a chaotic kill. It was a performance perfected over millions of years. Scientists have found bones with marks so precise that prey clearly never fought back. No defensive wounds, no deep scratches, just sudden, efficient death. This predator didn't give victims the time needed to react. It didn't roar. It didn't intimidate. It didn't chase recklessly through trees. It ended life like a quiet decision. But silence isn't just a weapon. It's also a language. In several fossil sites, trackways suggest that more than one silent hunter worked together. Their footprints approach from different angles with perfect timing, as if coordinated. But the deepest confusion for researchers is this. There is no anatomical evidence these creatures could vocalize loudly. So, how did they communicate? Some scientists propose subtle body signals, tiny posture shifts readable only to others of the same species. Others think they used the environment, like vibrations through soft ground or air pressure changes. A few even suggest neurological hypersensitivity, meaning these animals sensed their partners the way sharks sense electrical fields. Whatever the mechanism was, it created one result: multiple creatures hunting with absolute silence. Picture that for a moment. A coordinated attack without a single sound exchanged. No growls, no calls, no warnings, just motion, perfectly timed and perfectly deadly. Imagine watching a herd suddenly erupt in panic without understanding what triggered the fear. Something is there, moving, but the senses fail to track it. This is fear built from absence, swirling around their legs. Vision is blurry. Hearing becomes more important. They rely on sound to understand the world. A broken branch means danger. A sudden stomp signals a predator's weight. But today, the threats are quiet. A shadow approaches, then another. The herbivores sense pressure, a disturbance in the air, a feeling like being watched. One animal steps forward, nervously. The fog shifts, then nothing. One of them disappears, pulled from existence with clean, controlled violence. The others run, not from what they saw, but from the idea that something invisible is hunting them. This raises the haunting question: how do you escape a predator that gives you no sensory input? How do you prepare for something that offers no hint? Silence defeated their evolution, and perhaps that is why this predator lasted so long. These creatures survived because they didn't. They slipped between territories without confrontation. They hunted what others missed. Silence was not just camouflage, it was survival. Now picture a massive apex predator, huge, loud, dominant, thundering through the trees. But the silent hunter simply waits, motionless, unseen. Silence became a shield just as strong as any armor. Prey began relying more on speed than hearing. The silent hunter's advantages slowly faded, but its legacy didn't. The fossil record preserves strange stories, inexplicable fear responses, rapid flight reflexes, as though something once terrified them without leaving a trace. Even today, scientists speak about this animal with unusual language. They don't call it just a predator. They call it a presence, a shadow, a ghost of the Jurassic. And maybe this is why the story resonates with us. We imagine footsteps in quiet rooms, movement in dark corners, predators we cannot detect. Our instincts are ancient. They come from a world where something truly hunted from silence. Sometimes the deadliest force is not the loudest one. It's the one you never see and never hear. So, next time you stand in a quiet place, listen closely. Not to what's there, but to what isn't. That feeling in your spine, the one that rises when the world goes still, is a memory. And if you think this creature was terrifying, wait until you hear about the hunter that didn't just survive extinction. It thrived during the very catastrophe that ended the age of giants.